So I've been having these alternating dreams lately. One night I dream I'm an army tent, and the next night I dream I'm a pup tent. It's really quite concerning. So I went to the doctor and told him what was happening, and he said, I know exactly what's wrong. And I was quite surprised. He goes, you just need to relax. You're too tense. So I figured since I already gave you a kind of a tour of my farm, I would take you for a tour of my town where I live, which is Trochu, Alberta. It's only about 17 miles from the farm straight west, and we won the pinkest little town in Alberta, I guess it was, back in the day. My wife was kind of part of that committee, so they got a sign up here. And then I got the UFA farm store, which is kind of handy. We're pretty fortunate to have the agriculture businesses that we do have. And this beauty is just outside the Trochu Motors shop here. I get to drive by it every day. I don't always get to stop and check things out, so it's kind of cool. I thought I'd have a good look at this guy, and this new Fendt combine's pretty cool. I wasn't quite sure what to think of the colors, but the black is starting to grow on me. It's a pretty cool looking combine. Nice big cab too. It's got lots of gadgets. I think the new one that's come out doesn't even have a steering wheel in it anymore. It just uses a joystick. So this guy's always kind of been on my wish list. Trochu Motors carries Versatile after Frere's kind of stopped selling tractors here 30 some years ago at least, so they took over Versatile. So it's pretty cool. This guy's got the old original colors on it, and nice big cab. Holy cow. All a guy can do is dream, I guess. And we also have a John Deere dealership. They're Brant now. There's a couple of X9s in there. They sold a few of them. Yep, they're right across from the Trochu Motors, so we're pretty good for competition in this area anyways, for different dealerships. Yeah, like I said, we're pretty fortunate to have the ag businesses that we do in Trochu, and we also have 3 elevators that are really close, and then a few across the river as well, close to Stettler and that. And pretty fortunate. We're a pretty thriving ag community. So yeah, so that's my small town where I live. So I see lots of guys on YouTube are putting kind of little tutorials or things that they've done on their farm as far as equipment. So I thought I would share installing the Cleanfix fan in my combine. So I've already done one, so I'm working on the second one here, and I thought I'd kind of take you through what's all goes into installing that reversible fan and see how it works. So I'm installing the Cleanfix reversible fan that I got. I've already done the other combine, so I've kind of got a bit of practice, so it's fairly efficient once you've done one. I just got to take this top shroud off to access the fan. I've already put in the compressor controller and the switch in the cab, so it's just a matter of switching out the fan now and hooking in the air line. Now that I got the shroud out of the way, I can go in and remove the old fan out. I got to take the bolts off here, and then I can maneuver it out and get it out of the way. It's a little bit tricky because the fan is a little bit bigger than the shroud opening, so you kind of have to alternate the blades in and out each side of the shroud, and then you're able to get the fan out of there. It's fairly heavy for that awkward position, but it's not too bad to get it out. After you get the fan out of the way, there's an adapter on the housing there that you got to pop off, and once you get it out of the way, then the bolts will be long enough to put the fan in place. If you don't take that out, the bolts will be too short. Next thing, when you have the fan out of the way, you can get down inside of the shroud and drill the hole for the air line to come into the fan. So this line runs from the fan over to the compressor controller that I mounted kind of ahead of the engine compartment on the other side. So I already have that already in place with the hose and that on the other side, and then you drill this out, and then it kind of has a little holder that you can tighten up, and it'll hold that hose in place. So I have the fan adapter on the housing of the original fan, and you just have to put these set screw bolts inside to hold it on to the mounting. Here, these guys, they go inside and they're inset. So I put a little bit of Loctite on them, just blue, so it's not super Loctite, but once you get them all in there, you just alternate around and tighten that hub into place. And I figured since I had the shroud off, it'd be a good time to give the radiator a really good clean, so I blew it out really good, and I also used some water in there, just kind of loosen some stuff up, and wash it out really good after this. So then that way it'll be nice and clean for the fan to initially work on the reverse. Now that I got the radiator all cleaned out, I'm going to put in the reversible fan now. Get it in place. It's kind of the reverse of the other thing. You kind of got to, of the other original fan, you kind of got to go back and forth and get it into place, because it's just a little bigger than the opening too. Now that I got the fan down in there, I'm going to hook up the hose. So get that hose all hooked in there. I use WD-40, just slide it on there, and then it kind of comes with a clamp you got to crimp in with vice grips. You got to kind of alternate back and forth and get that crimped on there nice and tight. Then I installed all the bolts in the back of the fan and tightened them on and put a little blue Loctite on them, and then I gave it a start. I ran it through a quick reverse cycle just to make sure it worked, and it was blowing pretty good. it'll be awesome next harvest, not have to blow out the radiator every day, and hopefully this helps keep it clean and helps it to run a little bit cooler, especially in the peas when you get southists and different things.